Good evening. The Florida Department of Transportation would like to welcome you to the public hearing for the State Road 30, US 98, Dupont Bridge Project Development and Environment Study, or PD&E Study. Financial Management Project Number 442-667-1-22-01. In addition to the PD&E staff here tonight, a representative from the District Right-of-Way Department is here and will be available after the public hearing if you have questions regarding residential or business relocations on this project. A transcript is being made of all oral proceedings and will be part of the public record for this project. Before we start the presentation, I will share a few details to help you participate in this meeting. On your computer or device screen, you should see an information window that looks like the one in the upper right corner shown here. To listen to the meeting, your computer or device speakers are selected by default. If you prefer to listen by phone, select Phone Call in the audio pane of the control panel and dial in using the information displayed. All virtual and phone-in attendees will be placed in listen-only mode throughout the public hearing. At a later date, we will provide responses to written comments that were submitted during online registration and those submitted at the in-person venue. The comment period begins as soon as the presentation has ended. Verbal comments from the in-person meeting will be addressed first. Verbal comment requests submitted during online registration will be addressed second. Providing verbal comments using GoToWebinar is simple. First, you must request to speak when registering to attend. During the comment period, the organizer will call your name that you provided at registration and unmute you. If the microphone icon is green, you are ready to make your comment. If the microphone icon is orange, you will need to click the microphone icon once and it will notify you that you are unmuted, and then you can provide your comment. Again, you will not be on camera at any time if you join online. During the public comment period after the formal presentation, in-person participants will be called upon to speak first, followed by the virtual online speakers who wish to speak. If you dialed into the public hearing by telephone, your phone was automatically placed in listen-only mode and will remain in listen-only mode throughout the public hearing. A recording of the webinar will be available at the project website 3 days after the hearing. You can also call the project manager after the public hearing to request additional project information. Prior to the public hearing, draft engineering and environmental documents were made available for public review at Parker Public Library since January 19, 2021, and will continue to be available through February 19, 2021. The documents are also available on the project website. You may also view project documents tonight at the in-person public hearing. The purpose of this public hearing is to share information with the general public about the proposed improvement, its conceptual design, all alternatives under study, and the potential beneficial and adverse social, economic, and environmental impacts upon the community. The public hearing also serves as an official forum, providing an opportunity for members of the public to express their opinions regarding the project. There are 3 primary components to tonight's hearing. First, the open house, which occurred prior to this presentation, where you were invited to view the project displays and to speak with the project team and provide your comments in writing or to the court reporter. Second, this presentation, which will explain the project purpose and need, study alternatives, potential impacts, both beneficial and adverse, and proposed methods to mitigate adverse project impacts. Third, a formal comment period following this presentation, where you will have the opportunity to provide oral statements, or those at the in-person location may provide your comments directly to the court reporter or in writing. This environmental study has been conducted by FDOT District 3 in compliance with all applicable federal environmental laws and pursuant to U.S. Code Title 23, Section 327, and the implementing Memorandum of Understanding between FDOT and the Federal Highway Administration, signed on December 14, 2016. The FDOT Office of Environmental Management in Tallahassee is the approving authority. The proposed improvement involves the replacement of the Dupont Bridge in Bay County. The project limits extend from south of the Bonita Bay Outdoor Recreation Center, located on Tyndall Air Force Base, to Oakshore Drive in the city of Parker. This hearing is being held to provide you with the opportunity to comment on this project. This public hearing was advertised consistent with the federal and state requirements shown on the slide. Public participation at this hearing is encouraged and solicited without regard to race, color, national origin, age, sex, religion, disability, or family status. Persons wishing to express their concerns about Title VI may do so by contacting either the Florida Department of Transportation District 3 office or the Tallahassee office of the Florida Department of Transportation. This contact information is also provided in the project handout. FDOT is conducting a Project Development and Environment, or PD&E study for this project. The PD&E process is used to evaluate potential impacts to determine an alternative utilizing a continuous community outreach process to ensure that all interested parties have meaningful participation in the process. During the PD&E study, 3 different build alternatives were developed to meet the project's purpose and need. The build alternatives were presented to the public at the alternatives meeting held on November 21, 2019. Based on the input received from that meeting, as well as the analysis completed during the PD&E study, a preferred alternative has been determined and is being presented tonight. Public input and information received at tonight's hearing will be taken into consideration when preparing the final documents for this study. The study limits extend from south of the Bonita Bay Outdoor Recreation Center to Oak Shore Drive, a distance of approximately 1 mile. The southern approach is located on Tyndall Air Force Base, and the northern approach is located within the city of Parker. The project purpose is to identify the best solution and location for the replacement of the existing Dupont Bridge and to secure the necessary environmental and regulatory approvals. The project is needed because the existing bridge is structurally deficient. It is also functionally obsolete, which means it does not meet current design standards. The existing bridge has a vertical clearance of 50 feet, but the current U.S. Coast Guard requires a minimum clearance of 65 feet. The existing bridge is also not ADA compliant and does not provide appropriate pedestrian and bicycle accommodations. The project is consistent with local transportation plans, including the Bay County Transportation Planning Organization 2040 Long Range Transportation Plan, the Transportation Improvement Program, or TIP, the State TIP, or STIP, and other regional plans. 3 build alternatives and a no-build alternative were evaluated as part of this PD&E study to meet the project purpose and need, as well as minimize impacts to the natural and built environment within the study area. The no-build alternative assumes no improvements are made and does not meet the purpose and need for the project. However, it does provide a baseline condition against which to compare and measure the effects of the build alternatives. A detailed comparison of the build alternatives is provided in the preliminary engineering report and the environmental document. Alternative West 1 places twin bridges west of the existing Dupont Bridge, which simplifies construction and avoids the 1920s bridge footprint and the current Dupont Bridge footprint. Alternative West 2 places one of the twin bridges west of the existing Dupont Bridge. Temporarily, all traffic will be shifted to the new bridge while the existing bridge is demolished. Then, the second twin bridge will be constructed and traffic will open on both bridges. This alternative avoids the 1920s bridge footprint but will have pier conflicts with the current bridge. Alternative East 3 constructs one of the twin bridges east of the existing Dupont Bridge, then shifts all traffic to the new bridge and demolishes and reconstructs the second twin bridge in place of the existing bridge. This alternative has conflicts with both the 1920s bridge and the current Dupont Bridge footprint. With consideration of public input and an evaluation of engineering and environmental considerations, the preferred alternative is the West 1 alternative. The proposed roadway typical section provides 2 travel lanes in each direction with space to add a future lane. The travel lanes have a 30-foot separation, which includes 6.5-foot inside shoulders and a 17-foot median that includes curbs and gutter. A A 6.5-foot buffered bicycle lane is adjacent to each outside lane and is separated from the 6-foot sidewalk by curb and gutter and an 8-foot grass strip. The design speed of the proposed roadway typical section is 50 miles per hour. The proposed bridge typical section features 2 structures, one for each travel direction. Each structure includes 2 lanes and 10-foot shoulders as well as room to accommodate a 3rd lane when traffic warrants. The proposed bridges are separated by 20 feet. A barrier wall separates the 6-foot sidewalk from the bridge shoulder. The design speed of the proposed bridge typical section is 50 miles per hour. An important element of this PD&E study was to evaluate the potential project impacts and benefits. A wide range of environmental resources were evaluated, including various social, cultural, natural, and physical features. Engineering and traffic factors were also considered. This slide illustrates the impact for the preferred alternative. A comparison of the impacts from all the build alternatives is provided in the environmental document prepared for the project. The total cost for the preferred alternative is approximately $230.6 million and includes the cost for construction, right-of-way, engineering, construction, engineering and inspection, and wetland mitigation. This project will not cause any relocation of families or businesses. All right-of-way acquisition will be conducted in accordance with Florida Statute 339, Section 9, and the Federal Uniform Relocation Assistance and Real Property Acquisition Policies Act of 1970, commonly known as the Uniform Act. The right-of-way specialists who are supervising this program are here tonight and will be happy to answer your questions. Access management is used to determine the locations of driveway connections, median openings, and traffic signals to improve safety and traffic flow. Proposed access management modifications are on display tonight. The project will not affect the access management classification, Class 5. There are 2 median openings within the project limits located over 1 mile apart that meet the access management criteria. The northern median opening, Oak Shore Drive, will not be impacted. Based on coordination with Tyndall Air Force Base, the Bonita Bay Outdoor Recreation Center and Jefferson Boulevard intersection will be shifted slightly to the north, closer to the bridge but still meeting the median opening spacing criteria. If you have a concern regarding the access to your parcel, please provide your comments. FDOT is conducting a Project Development and Environment or PD&E study for this project. This graphic represents the delivery process for a project, beginning with the feasibility phase and ending with the construction phase. This project is fully funded with construction funding in 2024. Thank you. This concludes the formal presentation. We will now begin the public comment period for the public hearing. The next step is to incorporate your input on this public hearing into our decision-making process. After the comment period closes and your input has been considered, a decision will be made and the final PD&E document will be sent to the FDOT Office of Environmental Management, which, based on the Memorandum of Understanding signed with the Federal Highway Administration on December 14, 2016, has approval authority on this project, granting location and design concept acceptance. Please note that we will not be responding to your comments and questions today, but we will respond in writing at a later date. Anyone desiring to make a statement will now have an opportunity to do so. There are multiple ways you may provide your comments tonight: written, verbally, or online.